The April 12th, 2021 Town of Fuquay-Varina Board of Adjustment meeting is called to order. Any exhibit shown tonight will become the property of the town. Anyone wishing to address the board tonight who has not already been sworn in will need to take an oath. Is there anybody else that needs to take an oath? You've already taken your oath, right? Okay. All right, remote attendance instructions will be given by our planning director, Ms. Pam Davidson.
Thank you. All attendees that have joined the meeting tonight have joined muted. If you wish to speak during the meeting, you'll need to notify staff you wish to speak. If you are joining the meeting online and wish to speak, please press the raised hand button. Being that this is a quasi-judicial meeting, everyone speaking needs to have both video and audio capabilities. After you have raised your hand, staff will recognize you to speak by calling out your name, and you will be unmuted and allowed to speak. Once you've finished speaking, you will be muted for the remainder of the meeting. If you wish to speak again, you will need to raise your hand again.
Okay, we have 7 constituted members and we have 5 present, so we do have a quorum for business. Because this is item 4, special use permit, is for a special use permit, a simple majority is required, which means the petitioner will need 4 positive votes for the petition to be approved. So are we doing a Pledge of Allegiance? That's on the list in front of me.
It's your option. Many of the other boards have been skipping it during the remote meetings.
I don't mind doing it.
I don't either.
That's fine.
Anybody object to doing the Pledge of Allegiance? Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, the next item is the approval of the minutes from the January 11th, 2021 meeting. Does anyone have any comments on the minutes? I have one comment. I believe under others present, IT Director Scott Clark was here. Does anybody have anything to add to that? All right, do I hear a motion on the minutes as amended?
Moved.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor, raise your right hand. Okay, and I can't see Ms. Flowers. What was her vote? Okay.
I raised my right hand.
Okay, thank you.
And if I can just request anyone making a motion or when you speak, if you can raise your hand just so the clerk can tell who's speaking.
Yes. All right, I'm not aware of any items tabled from the previous meeting. All right, so we will move to our petition tonight, which is special use permit BOA-SUP-2021-02, which is a special use permit at 5728 Hilltop Road, PIN number 06871964331. Ms. Planning Director, do you want to give the staff comments?
Thank you. I am submitting the agenda abstract and supporting documents into the official records of the town. The property is located at 5728 Hilltop Road on a 1.67 acre lot within the town's extraterritorial jurisdiction. The existing building on the subject property is currently used as a place of residence. The zoning of the subject property is residential agricultural. Surrounding properties to the north, south, and east are all single-family residential homes and are located in the residential agricultural zoning district. The surrounding property to the west is a wastewater treatment plant and is located in the heavy industrial zoning district. The petitioner is requesting a special use permit for the use of a group home within a residential zoning district as required by Section 9-1255K4 of the Land Development Ordinance. This use will be in addition to the current and continued use as a residential home. As shown on the submitted plan, the petitioner is not proposing any changes to the existing structure, parking, or access to the site, which complies with the town's current standards. The property has not been the subject of previous cases seen by the Board of Adjustment. The petitioner has been advised that the burden of proof and evidence upon submitting such application is the responsibility of the petitioner. Such proof and evidence presented must demonstrate that the required findings of fact have been met.
All right. Thank you for that. At this time, I'd like to ask the petitioner to go over their petition, and so we can enter it into evidence.
Okay. All right. So is this where I read the statements?
Yes, sir, so we can
Fine.
make sure they're recorded.
Okay. Finding one, the proposed use will not materially endanger the public health or safety if located where proposed and developed according to the plan as submitted. Statement by petitioner, the group home will not materially endanger the public health or safety if located at 5728 Hilltop Road in Fuquay-Varina, North Carolina, 27526. The group home, United Family Network, is nationally accredited by the Commission on Accreditation of Rehabilitation Facilities. This accreditation ensures the most stringent safety protocols. The group home is currently located at 7086 Kennebec Road and is being transferred to 5728 Hilltop Road. This group home has been in operation since 2005. Chris Simmons, who is me, has been operating group homes since 2003 and is known within the industry to provide the most structured, supervised, safe treatment in the industry. The group home is monitored by multiple local, state, and federal entities multiple times yearly that ensures the safety of residents and the community. The staff at the group home have rigorous trainings to ensure their professionalism and ability to ensure safety and effective treatment. They also undergo criminal history checks also. Finding two, the proposed use meets all required conditions and specifications. A statement by the petitioner, the proposed use as a group home meets all required conditions and specifications. There will be four residents in the residence. There are no other group homes within a mile. Finding three, the proposed use will not substantially injure the value of adjoining properties or the use is a public necessity. Statement by petitioner, the proposed use as a group home will not substantially injure the value of the adjoining properties. The home will be maintained as a residential family dwelling and will continue to be maintained and improved yearly. Finding four, the location and character of the proposed use, if developed to the plan submitted, will be in harmony with the area in which it is located and in general conformity with the plan of development of the town of Fuquay-Varina and its ordinances. Statement by petitioner. The location and character of the group home will be in harmony with the area in which it's located. It is also in conformity with the plan of development of the town of Fuquay-Varina and its ordinances. The home will maintain a residential appearance and as such will maintain harmony with the area it's located in. Contributing factor descriptions as part of the required statement of justification, the petitioner shall demonstrate through factual evidence that the contributing factors listed below have been adequately addressed as applicable. Circulation, access points to the property and the proposed structures, safety and convenience for automotive, bicycle and pedestrian movement and public safety. The property continues usage as a single-family dwelling, and access to the property is a gravel driveway located off Hilltop Road. Access to the property and structure is safe and convenient for automobile, bicycle, and pedestrian movement and public safety. Parking and loading location areas. The property continues as a single-family dwelling, and parking and loading location areas are sufficient as a single-family dwelling. The property has a gravel driveway, a very long gravel driveway with an extended area. The property also has parking for 5 vehicles. The property has a covered location for entrance and exit to the vehicle. Can you all still hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right,
You
I
make,
just had some-
can you still hear us?
Yes, give me 1 second.
Okay, take your time.
Service entrance and areas. The proposed use will not require service areas or dumpsters, as this is a residential zoning request. We'll do regular trash. We'll have our trash picked up from the facility as a normal residence. Lighting, location of exterior lighting with reference to direction, coverage, glare, and traffic safety. Exterior lighting is consistent with residential requirements and does not provide glare. The entrance of the property is lit to provide traffic safety, and the proposed use will not increase traffic in this area. Utilities, location, size, capacity, and availability of utilities. Utilities are consistent with residential requirements. There's currently capacity by all providers to provide requested usage. Powers Progress Energy. CenturyLink is a phone provider, and the water is on a well. Septic is on the property. Trash services going to be contracted with Republic Services. Open space and landscaping. Location of open space and landscape areas and preservation of existing trees and other natural features. One of the reasons why I got this house was because of the area and how beautiful it is, and we plan on keeping it just like it is. The property has open space of approximately 1 acre and is wooded. All trees and other natural features will be maintained and preserved. Environmental protection, the floodplain, riparian stream buffers, wetlands, steep slopes, heritage trees, avoid clear cutting. The proposed use does not include any modifications to any buffers, floodplains, wetlands, steep slopes, or heritage trees. There will be no clear cutting or tree cutting whatsoever. Effects on adjacent property included but not limited to noise, odor, lighting, and traffic. The proposed use will not have any impact on adjacent properties. It will not create additional noise, odor, lighting, or traffic. The use is consistent with the residential use. The house is located on a wooded lot almost in the middle of the 1.67 acres and is private and secluded. Compatibility, including but not limited to the appropriateness of the scale, design, and use in relation to other properties. I talked with Mr. Strong earlier today before we had the meeting. Now, I cannot say that it's the same scale as Mr. Strong's house because he has a beautiful house. If you guys know about the White House on Hilltop, No, it's not to the same scale as that, but the usage requested as a group home is compatible in the appropriateness of the scale, design, and use in relation to other properties. All properties in the area are also residential, and the home in use is in accordance with the Fair Housing Act. List any proposed conditions, and there's no proposed conditions.
All right, thank you, Mr. Simmons. Is there anything you wish to add to that statement? Any of those statements?
Yeah, I'd just like to say that, we've been in business for over 17 years and, we're a really good quality provider. What they say is, if we're not the best, then there's nobody better. We do a very good job servicing the community. One of the things I also want to say is that I'm also the owner of Simmons Boxing in Anger, and I have a recreational center there inside of the boxing gym. The kids spend the majority of the time there during the day. They do their school there, and they also do programming there, therapy, and then they also do activities, socialization, and all of that stuff. They do all of that there. They play games, watch TV. So they spend the majority of their time there, and then they come home. I did have a couple of the neighbors who talked to me, and I think I more than satisfied any concerns that they had. My organization is very safe. That's the founding principle, that without safety and security, there can't be any kind of treatment. And we provide some of the best treatment in the state of North Carolina, probably in the country. We have referrals from all over the place, and we do a really great job.
Thank you, sir.
I'm sorry, there's something that keeps popping up on my screen here.
No, that's okay. Can you still hear us?
Yes, sir.
And can you still see us?
I can see Miss, is that Flounders? Okay, I see you guys now.
Okay, all right. All right, is there anybody who wishes to speak in favor of this petition?
I have a question.
Please.
What are the ages of your participants, of your residents?
We like to work with the younger children. Typically, our residents are between the ages of 8 to about 14 years old.
Okay.
We really like working with the younger kids because we feel that, once they get to be about 16 years old, it's pretty difficult to make some solid changes. And we work really hard at cognitive restructuring, and the younger kids, they're really able to grasp the concepts and make those changes. They haven't fully developed into the person that they're going to become. Like most 16-year-olds who are out there, they're pretty set in their ways.
Is it a situation where you're dealing with substance abuse already at that young age, or just behavioral?
Usually not. Usually it's behavioral. We probably maybe have one kid at that age with substance abuse issues. And I think this kid had been using since he was like 4 or 5 years old. And then he was like 8 when we got him, and we discharged him at 10. He's been very successful.
That's good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, is there anybody who wishes, I'm sorry.
So you're licensed for 4 residents, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so you're currently full, you currently have those 4 residents. Is there a lot of turnover? Do you discharge quite a few?
No, and that's one of the great things about us. A lot of people can't justify medical necessity. One of the things that I do, and I do all of the clinical operations myself, and a lot of people have a hard time justifying medical necessity to continue care, but our average stay is about anywhere from 1.5 years to 2 years. So the kids really make positive changes. I was talking to someone earlier, I think Mr. Strong, I was telling him that we just did a study and we finished it probably a couple of weeks ago, where over the past 5 years, the kids who have graduated from our program, none of them have either been hospitalized, committed any crimes, or been removed from the home. All of the kids are approximately about 40. All of them except for 3 are on their own with jobs, and the other 3 are living at home with their parents and they're gainfully employed.
Congratulations.
So we have a very good statistics concerning how our kids do once they leave our program. Some of them we even tracked over the course of 10 to 15 years, and those kids also, the vast majority of them that finished the program successfully didn't catch additional charges and are all gainfully employed.
Very good. Thank you.
All right, is there anyone that wishes to speak in opposition to this petition? And Mr. Clark, I know that there are some chats there. Is any of that related to the meeting? Okay. All right, does the board have any additional questions for the petitioner?
No.
All right, does the board have any discussion before we close the public hearing? Does the petitioner have any additional comments before we close the public hearing?
No, I'd just like to say that, thank you guys for your consideration. And, I know sometimes when people hear about group homes and stuff, they don't necessarily want them in the community, but we are a very good agency, and all of the places that we are located at, the neighbors love the children, and the clients help the neighbors do yard work and different things, and several of the neighbors have also employed the clients in landscaping operations and other businesses. We've just been asset to our community everywhere that we've been, and even at the 9609 location and the 7086 location, we have a good rapport with all of our neighbors. Thank you for your consideration, and please consider the Fair Housing Act when you make your decision.
Thank you, Mr. Simmons. All right, I'm going to go ahead and declare the public hearing closed right now for discussion by the board. Any comments on the petition as a whole? You want to move into how do we connect with Ms. Flowers? Is she live? Oh, okay.
Yes, she is.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good. Wanted to make sure that you were a part of the discussion.
Yes.
Okay. Did you have any comments on the petition as a whole?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Some of the questions I had were already asked.
Okay. Does anyone want to look at finding of fact 1?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
The proposed use will not materially endanger the public health or safety if located where proposed and developed according to the plan as submitted, because the structure is remaining the same and providing adequate facilities for the inhabitants.
All right, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Please raise your hand.
Sorry.
Okay. All right. All in favor, raise your right hand. Okay, finding of fact 1 is approved. Is there any discussion on finding of fact 2? All right, do I hear a motion on finding of fact 2? Please raise your hand. Okay.
I'll make a motion that on fact 2, the location and character of the proposed use if developed according to the plan submitted will be in harmony with the area, which it is to be located in general conformity with the plan of development of the town of Fuquay-Varina and its ordinances. The home will, because,
Wait a minute. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
We're on finding of fact 2. I think you're on 4.
Oh, okay, I'm very sorry. Let me go back.
That's okay.
Okay, so let me address 2. The proposed use.
Okay.
The proposed use does meet all required conditions and specifications. Because there will be 4 residents in the home. There are no other group homes within a mile as it relates to the specifications.
All right. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, I have a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, like sign. Okay. Is there any discussion on finding of fact number 3? All right. Do I hear a motion on finding of fact 3?
Okay. The proposed use will not substantially injure the value of the adjoining property or the use as a public necessity because the exterior character of the property is being maintained as a residence as it continues currently.
All right, I have a motion on finding of fact 3. Do I have a second?
A second.
I have a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, like sign. Okay. Is there any discussion on finding of fact 4? All right, hearing none, is there a motion on finding of fact 4?
I make a motion that the location and character of the proposed use, if developed according to the plan submitted, will be in harmony with the area in which it is to be located in general conformity with the plan and development of the town of Fuquay-Varina and its ordinances, because the location and character of the group home will be in harmony of this area which it's located. He has obviously made contact with his neighbors, Mr. Strong, and there's no opposition from those neighbors, and it seems that everything would be in compliance with that development.
All right, I have a motion on finding of fact 4. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. All in favor of finding of fact 4, raise your right hand. Okay. No opposition. Do I have a motion on special use petition BOA-SUP-2021-02? Okay, I will make a motion that special use permit BOA-SUP-2021-02 be approved as requested, since it has met all 4 findings of fact. Is there a second?
Oh,
Second.
yes.
Okay. All right, all in favor, raise your right hand. Okay. All right, special use permit BOA-SUP-2021-02 has been approved. Thank you, Mr. Simmons.
Thank y'all so much. Thank you.
Yep.
You're certainly welcome.
Is there anything else that we need to do?
No, sir. No, sir. Everything's been approved. You have a nice evening.
All right, thank you. God bless y'all. Thank you.
Okay, moving on to new business. We have proposed amendments to the bylaws for the Board of Adjustment. Is someone from staff or the town attorney going to address that?
Yep. I'm going to go ahead and submit the agenda abstract and supporting documents in the official records of the town. The purpose of this agenda is to receive information related to a proposed amendment to the Board of Adjustment bylaws to reflect recent statutory updates per the North Carolina General Statutes, Chapter 160D. In 2019, the North Carolina General Statutes were amended to combine the statutory guidelines for cities and towns, formerly Chapter 160A, and counties, formerly Chapter 153, into a single unified chapter. As a result, government entities across the state have been working to ensure their organization is brought into governmental compliance. The Town of Fuquay-Varina Planning Department has spent several months working on amendments to the town's numerous land use planning documents, ordinances, and plans to ensure that all language and policies meet the newly improved standards. The amendment proposed herein reflects that effort and brings the Board of Adjustment bylaws into compliance with the North Carolina General Statutes, Chapter 160D. Updates made to the Board of Adjustment bylaws are as follows. The section referring to relevant North Carolina General Statute section is changing from 160A-360 to 160D-302. Language requiring Board of Adjustment members to take an oath of office has been added. The oath of office will be issued upon approval of the bylaw amendment at the next regular meeting of the Board of Adjustment. Within the next few months, the planning and town boards will be considering an amendment to the Land Development Ordinance to bring the Land Development Ordinance into conformity with the new Chapter 160D changes. While the amendment pertains to numerous sections of the Land Development Ordinance, staff wanted to advise the Board of Adjustment members and bring their attention to the addition of an expanded conflict of interest statement, which is specific to the Board of Adjustment. The expanded conflict of interest statement is as follows. A member of the Board of Adjustment shall not vote on any advisory or legislative decision regarding a development regulation adopted according to this ordinance where the outcome of the matter being considered is reasonably likely to have a direct, substantial, and readily identifiable financial impact on the member. A Board of Adjustment member shall not vote on any matter if the landowner of the property subject to a rezoning petition or the applicant for text amendment is a person with whom the member has a close familial, business, or other associational relationship. There is no action item required for this statement, as it is for informational purposes only. Any amendments to the bylaws must be heard at a regular meeting of the Board of Adjustment, with action taken at the next regularly scheduled Board of Adjustments meeting. At the next regular meeting, staff will recommend to the Board of Adjustments the proposed amendments approval.
Okay, so tonight we're not actually
No.
voting on it, just for information.
Right, so the regulation is you guys have to hear it once and then approve it a second time.
Okay,
So, once it is approved, then we'll go ahead and administer the oaths.
okay, and these are all based on session laws 2019-111,
Yep.
2023, and 2020-25. Okay. All right, and I believe in our package, we also were included a marked up copy of the bylaws. Does anyone have any questions or comments on any of those?
It references at the very top that it was amended May 10th, which isn't even here yet. Was this supposed to be for next meeting?
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Well, since we're just hearing it, is that our next meeting date is May 10th?
Potentially, yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the second Monday.
It is.
So that is the proposed approval date.
So will that be the next meeting, or will it just be May 10th? Will we come to the meeting to do that, if there's no special use permit involved?
We may, our goal is to get all the 160D updates approved prior to the July 1st deadline. So we may go ahead and have a meeting specifically. We may be able to have that. Could we have that one virtually?
Yeah.
So I do not believe at this moment we've had any applications that would go to the next meeting. So what we may do is just go ahead and have a virtual meeting so we can approve that. We would probably not do the oaths, though, until we were in person, James?
I think so.
Thank you.
Do we know what those oaths state yet? Have they been developed?
Mm-hmm.
It's a statutory oath, so
Okay.
we'll send that out to everybody.
All right. Seeing no other questions or comments, we'll move on to the next item. I'm not sure of any old business, or I'm not aware of it. Hearing none, we'll open the floor to any administrative reports. Are there any administrative reports? Okay. So right now, it looks like we will have a May 10th meeting, even if it's just virtual, to vote on the adjusted bylaws, the amended bylaws. Now, if I remember correctly, once we vote on them, they actually have to go to the planning board or the town commissioners, because we did this once before several years ago.
I believe they
But they go
do.
to town board, they don't go to.
They don't go to planning
They
board,
don't
right? They go to
planning
town board.
Just town board.
They go back to the town board. Okay. All right. Anything from any board members? No? From staff?
We're good?
Attorney? All right, well, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
I have a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, I have a second. Meeting's adjourned. Thank you.